You can start. Very good evening, all of you. Very good evening, all of you. Am I clearly audible to you? Okay. So let us start today's session. And see, in today's session, I'm just giving you an exercise which will which looks like typical fill in the blanks exercise. But as I have told you in my introductory sessions, that no matter what is the form of question, ultimately, ultimately, the CAT question setter is testing your ability to read and comprehend. Okay. Now, without any delay, I mean, I'll just tell you one thing that, I mean, the exercise looks like fill in the blanks, but what happens when we create a blank in a passage? What actually we do? It is something like, it is how does it test your comprehension? How does it test your understanding? It is something like, giving you a kind of jigsaw puzzle where if you can understand the entire image, only then you can fit in the missing link. That is why I like to call it a missing link exercise. It is just another form of an exercise, another form of a reading comprehension exercise where you have to read, comprehend, and comprehend the given input in such a manner that you can rectify the errors. Okay, that's very important when it comes to comprehension. I mean, when you go to the real world, this capability will help you a lot. Okay, so you should be capable of filling up the blank with your understanding on the basis of what you have understood the given say text. Okay, so what I have done is instead of creating an exercise on different paragraphs, what I have done is I have I have created an exercise um, on an article published in the leading management, say, magazine. And these are kind of articles that you will be reading when you go to a B school. Okay. So it was published in 2005. And if I can just show you, I mean, this is what great managers do by Marcus Buckingham. Okay. I mean, I don't know whether you have heard the name or not, but if you Google Marcus Buckingham, you will immediately come across a very famous name, that is Gallup. So just let me show you. I'll just try to show you this. See, this is Marcus Buckingham, as you can figure out. Okay. So, and he is one name that, and some of his books are all this. And you will also, if I can show you, what is Marcus Buckingham known for? Okay. Marcus Buckingham is the author of two of the best-selling business books of all time, has two of Harvard Business Review's most circulated industry-changing cover articles, and has been the subject of in-depth profiles in the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, USA Today, Forbes, Fortune, Fast. This is his profile. And the one that, I mean, as you can figure out, has two of the Harvard Business Review's most circulated industry-changing cover articles. So the exercise that I have made is from one of these articles. Okay, I'll just show you. Yeah, as you can see this from March 2005 article. This is the article that they are talking about. Why I make an exercise on these things? Because ultimately your reading comprehension is being tested primarily for this reason, as to whether you can understand these kind of things or not. Okay. So okay. So let us start. This is a very simple exercise, but this, let me tell you, this is not a grammar exercise. This is not an exercise on vocabulary or grammar. Though, I mean, vocabulary will play a role, but more, it is not, don't treat this as a vocabulary exercise. Don't treat this as a grammar exercise. Let me tell you, this is not a grammar exercise. So, let us start doing this. Read the instruction of the first. There are two gaps in each of the following passages, that is the paragraphs. from the pair of the given words given, choose the one that fills the gaps most appropriately. Okay. The right words are ones used by the author. Be guided by the author's overall style and meaning when you choose the answer. Now, this direction is actually direction as given in CAT question paper. So this direction is not my direction. This was the direction that was in CAT question paper. When they gave you exercise, when they gave you a test like this, when they gave you a question like this. So look at this. They are telling you very clearly. Okay. The right words are the ones used by the author. So don't contest the answer. Right words will be considered the words as given by the author. Okay. Then they make it very clear. Be guided by the author's overall style and meaning when you choose the answer. Again, this meaning. Now, meaning is understanding, comprehension. Okay. Am I clear? So let us start working on this. Though this is a very long exercise in a sense, like this is the complete. I have given. I have given you the complete article it only, but I made an exercise of it. Like let's say, this is what starts with. What great managers do. This is the title of the say article, and this is one of the most highly circulated articles in the this reputed journal. Okay. So I'll just increase the size a little bit so that. Okay. Look at this. Okay. Great. Now that you have understood the this direction, let us solve this. Great leaders tap into the needs and fears we all share. Now look at this. Great leaders. Now this article. Why this article is widely circulated? Why this is one of the most popular articles? Because this is not talking about leaders. This is talking about managers. Okay. It is not talking about, most of the articles that you read will talk about leadership, leaders, and all those things. What great leaders do, what great leaders, leadership. This is about managership. This is not about leadership. This is an article which talks about managers, which is the most common. Most of you will be managers. Most of you will not be, leaders. Most of you will start and end your career as managers. So that is why this article becomes very important, because this talks about what great managers do. So you can learn from what great managers do. Okay. So great leaders tap into the needs and fears we all share. Great managers, by contrast, perform their magic by discovering, developing, and celebrating what's different about each person who works for them. Now, this is such an important line. What great managers do in one sentence. It is telling you what great managers do. Okay. Great managers, by contrast, perform their magic. How do great managers perform their magic? How they become magical? They become magical by discovering, developing, and celebrating what's different about each person who works for them. Okay. Now see, why we respect differences in the world of management. I always tell people that if you have respect for difference in perspective, then management is the job for you. Because management is a profession. A manager's life revolves around, encashing the differences in perspective. Encashing the differences in perspective. That is what great managers do. Okay. By discovering, developing, and celebrating what's different about each person who works for them. Here is how they do it. Okay. Now the article starts. The best boss I ever had. That's a phrase most of us have said or heard at some point. But what does it mean? What sets the great boss apart from the average boss? The literature is dash with dash writing about the qualities of managers and leaders and whether the two differ. But little has been said about what happens to the thousands of daily interactions and decisions that allows managers to get the best out of their people and win their devotion. What do great managers actually do? Now, what can we say about this? I have given you four options. I have given you four options. Now, what can you sense about the what can you sense what can you sense about the general flavor of the sentence? The literature is dash with dash writing about the qualities of managers and leaders. So first tell me, the literature means, I mean, articles, writings, no, is, I mean, definitely is he talking about lesser scarcity of something or lot of something? Can you understand this by reading this? Many people ask me, sir, how to find the tone of the passage? Tone is the body language of the passage. You should be able to figure out what the the general body language of the passage is. So if I read this, when he says the literature is dash with dash writing about the qualities of managers and leaders and whether the two differ, whether the two comes for what? Keep track of pronouns. The two comes for managers and leaders. Okay. Whether the two differ, but little has been said about what happens to the thousands of daily interactions now. So can you figure out the contrast between this line and this line? The literature is dash with dash writing about something, but okay, but little has been said about this. Little has been said about something. Can you comprehend? Can you understand this? Can you understand this? That but is a thought reverser in passage. It is reversing the previous thought. Okay. So this is where you need to apply the comprehension. So, but little has been said. So definitely we are talking about more. Okay. More, a lot. Okay. Raw, lot, repeated, filled with, something like that. Okay. So I've given you, you can eliminate two options very clearly. This option number 2 can be eliminated. Option number 4 can be eliminated very easily. Okay. Only 1 and 3 are the real, options that you need to work upon. Okay. So now tell me, uh, which option do you think is the correct one? Okay, I'm using the phone to figure out. I mean, I can see your responses here. So I'm using the phone for checking your responses because I cannot see your chat here. I can see your chat on the YouTube here. So let me just. Okay. So choice is between three, and this is good. Actually, this is good. Actually, let me put it here. All right. So Hardik says three, Aditi says three, one and three, one and three, and one and three. Okay. Yes. So I think I have given a very good option. This is exercise that I personally made. I have made this exercise. So you can understand that I'll not make it very easy. I deliberately gave you option three because I knew most of you are using emotion. I mean, why comprehension becomes tough, why comprehension becomes difficult is because you cannot, be 100% say logical like a machine. You cannot be like that. Some point of time, your emotion, your you know uh, psychology, your feelings start coming in for your understanding. There's nothing wrong in it because it is your emotion and it is your feeling that actually help you in understanding a lot of the inferential part. So what happens? Why many of you are writing option number three? I'll give you reason, and then you should compliment me for understanding your mind so well. First of all, many of you, I don't say all, many of you have not used the word rife. You have not come across the word rife very regularly. Okay. And second, you replete is a word that that has that comes very naturally to you. Replete with something. Okay. Right. There's nothing wrong in it. Okay. But emotive and provocative. So when you this is where I need you to realize that most of the times your emotional response will be reflected in the vocabulary of the options. Okay. Interesting. I deliberately gave you. See what, once again, you are not right or wrong. Let me make it very clear to you. Don't get upset if you got it different. See, that is why CAT also tells you that the right words are the ones used by the author. See, mind this. CAT is also aware that there can be, in fact, many a times there can be better option. You can use a better word compared with the author. It is possible. So mind this, if you are not getting the right option here, it doesn't mean you are wrong. Okay, it doesn't mean you are wrong. You are just either missing out some part of it or you are just using different word. Incidentally, this emotive is something which will not fit in here. Emotive will not fit in here. Okay. The literature is dash with writing about qualities, Literature is rife with provocative writing. So here the option is one, not emotive writing. Not emotive writing. Okay? Emotive writing has a different sense. So I deliberately gave you option 3 to make you aware that it can be nightmare. Don't think that just because it is one paragraph, you are sure to get it right. Okay, but then it is, see, here I have given you this option to challenge your understanding. CAT will ensure that you get a slightly more I'd say logical answer, because they also have to explain something. But primarily, they don't count on them, because they can give you options, which many a times the actual option, the right answer looks inferior to the assumed answer. It has happened many times. That is why you will find that there are a lot of litigations in the verbal ability section. I mean, you will not come across. Are you aware that CAT actually asks for this challenges, that you can challenge their answer? Are you aware of this? Are you aware of this? That CAT actually asks you for challenges to their answers? Tell me. They after they reveal the, after they come out with the this answer key, they open a window for asking for challenges, that you can challenge their answers. So you should be aware that yes, they ask you for challenges, and most of the challenges come in verbal ability section, reading comprehension section. People spend money to point out that this should be the right answer. Okay, so that is what makes it challenging. Anyway, so here let us just move on. I mean, I'll just this is the complication that we all face. Let us move to the next question. And what I have done is, no, challenging their answer. Aditi, challenging their answer. Challenging their answer. The answer, suppose they have given the option number 1 as the answer, and then you feel that the option number 3 is the answer, then you can challenge, you can actually give your logic, and you can give your explanation, and you can upload it. They have some money, I mean, some more than 1,000 rupees for one question, I suppose, so that you are serious challenger. So you can challenge, and they will get back to you. And if it is correct, they might change the answer, but generally most of the times they are correct. Okay. So this is a very interesting paragraph, because most of the literature you will read, and we have, as you have figured out, most of the times we talk about leadership. There is hardly any book on management. Yes, Peter Drucker has written about managers. I don't know whether you have heard the name of Peter F. Drucker or not. Peter F. Drucker. He has written about executives. He has written about managers. We will do that. Peter Drucker is the, you can say, in the modern last 100 years, nobody has mattered more than Peter Drucker when it came to modern management and management theories. Okay, and management thinking, actually, not theories, but thinking, I would say. So I'm a great admirer of Peter F. Drucker, and we will read, and we will again work on the exercises of Peter F. Drucker also. So here, it's a very interesting article, because he talks about manager. Okay, there's lot written on leadership, but hardly you will find something on managers. Okay, the literature is rife with provocative writing about the qualities of managers and leaders, and whether the two differ. But little has been said about what happens to the thousands of daily interactions and decisions that allows managers to get the best out of their people and win their devotion. What do great managers actually do? Why I am reading this to you? Why I'm reading this to you? Because most of you will excel in life. Most of you will earn your living in life, not as some great pioneering leader or something. Most of you will try to become an excellent manager in your life. Okay? That is what most of you will be doing. All right. Let us move on. In my research, now can you read this paragraph? This is in continuation. This is in continuation. This is in continuation. Sorry for this. In my research, now in my research, beginning with a survey of 80,000 managers conducted by the Gallup organization. Remember this name, Gallup organization. And continuing during the past 2 years with in-depth studies of a few top performers, I have found that while there are as many styles of management as there are managers, there is one quality that sets truly great managers apart from the rest. Now, this is where your interest should become high. So in my research, beginning with a survey of 80,000, Gallup organization is actually one of the most leading HR organizations in the world. Okay. So in my research, beginning with a survey of 80,000 managers conducted by the Gallup organization and continuing during the past 2 years with in-depth studies of few top performers, I have found that while there are as many styles of management as there are managers, it means, you will find that there is not one single style of what you call managing. There are as many styles as there are managers. If there are 10 managers, there can be 10 different styles of management. There is nothing, there is no, one cookie cutter, say formula or say compartment of, becoming a manager. But there is one quality. This is one quality that sets truly great managers apart from the rest. Truly great managers apart from the rest means there is one quality that actually determines whether a manager is an average manager or is a star manager. And what is that quality? What is that quality? Remember, keep tracking pronouns. They, who? They comes for what? Here they comes for what? Tell me. They comes for? They discover what is unique about each person. So they, who is this they? Track pronouns. Which managers? Which managers? Great managers. No, not Gallup organization. Great managers. Great managers. Not all managers. Truly great managers. Truly great managers. Okay. And that is, they discover what is unique about each person and then capitalize on it. Now, this is a very important quality that managers actually do in daily life. Okay. And this is actually what makes a team. I mean, you cannot imagine how powerful this quality is. Average managers play checkers, while great managers play chess. Beautiful. The difference, what is the difference? Now, from the reading comprehension point of view, average managers play checkers, while great managers play chess. Now, if I'm reading this line, average managers play checkers while great managers play chess. Now, reading comprehension is not a test of your knowledge about checkers or chess. That is what I'm telling you. Your reading comprehension in CAT is not a test of your knowledge about checkers or chess, unless the writer of the passage tells you about it. Okay. So till this point, average managers play checkers while great managers play chess. Now, can you, if a CAT question setter asks you, okay, what does the author mean? I mean, what does the author mean by saying that average manager play checkers while great managers play chess? You cannot answer this. Can you answer this? What, I mean, till this point of time, average managers play checkers while great managers play chess. Are you supposed to understand this line? No, I mean, from reading comprehension point of view, from CAT point of view, from CAT perspective, from CAT examination point of view. If they ask you, what does the author mean by average managers play checkers while great managers play chess? Can you answer this question on the basis of information provided till here? Tell me. Is it possible for you to, because I mean, most of the Indians probably don't know what checkers is. Right. So are we supposed to know what checkers is if I have to go for a CAT exam? Are we supposed to know what is the difference between playing checkers and playing chess? So is it a test of knowledge about chess and checkers? Or I'm supposed to know what authors tells me? So remember one thing, a very important point. CAT is not going to test your knowledge about difference between checkers and chess. But yes, If the writer tells you what is the difference, then you cannot apply your knowledge of what is the difference. Are you getting the point? If the writer tells you, what does he mean by playing checkers and playing chess? What does he mean by the difference between playing checkers and playing chess? Then you have to understand his point of view. You cannot claim that in my house, checkers means this and chess means this. No, it is not a test of your knowledge. If the writer explains, gives you the difference, that difference needs to be understood. Is my point clear about understanding and knowledge? Is my point clear about cat's perspective and knowledge? Tell me. Is my point about this clear? That it is not what you know about chess and checker, right? It is what the author is telling you about chess and checker that matters. This is what comprehension in CAT is. What is the difference? The difference, now see, the writer is telling you the difference. Now, if the writer tells you the difference, then you need to understand what does he mean? What is the difference from the point of view of the author? Okay? The difference in checkers, all the pieces are uniform and move in the same way. They are interchangeable. Now, what does this they come for? The difference in checkers, all the pieces are uniform and move in the same way. They are interchangeable. They are interchangeable. My question is, what? Yeah, they comes for what? Keep track of pronouns. They are interchangeable. They comes for what? They comes for, yes, others. I want answers from all of you. They comes for what? Pieces in checkers, yes. Now, keep track of pronouns does not only mean, yes, pieces in checkers. Now, keep track of pronouns. Just pieces in checkers? Or we have some more ideas about checkers. Can we use this as a replay device? Can we use this they as a replay point? Can we a quick recap of what we have read so far? Can we use this pronoun as a quick recap of what we have read so far? Can we use this they as a quick recap of what we have read so far? Tell me. Just in your mind, can we do a recap of what we have read so far? What is this they? They comes for pieces in checkers, which are uniform and move in the same way. But why are we using the word checkers here? For whom? We are using checkers for whom? Let us replay. Let us look at it as a replay point. We are using checkers for whom? Who plays checkers? Who plays checkers? Who plays checkers? So who plays checkers? Average managers. Yes, very good. Average managers play checkers. Average managers play checkers. Very good. Average managers play checkers. Okay. But why? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I mean, what kind of no average managers? So we are talking about average managers in this exercise. Are we talking about average managers in this passage? Or are we talking about some survey? Are we talking about some survey? Are we talking about difference between a leader and a great managers? Are we talking about what great managers do? Are we talking about the author's point of view as to how much a lot has been written on leadership, but hardly anything has been written on what great managers do? And so the writer is actually giving you some insight about what great managers do instead of what great leaders do. There is infinite lot written on what great leaders do. There is huge amount of articles and literature on leadership, right? But here the writer is talking about what great managers do. And he conducted a survey of 80,000 managers and found that there are different styles. There is not a single style of management. Different people, different managers have their own different styles. But there is one quality that is the key difference between the average manager and the great managers. And the average managers play checkers while great managers play chess. That is why this day has come. In checkers, all the pieces are uniform and move in the same way. Okay. Now look at this, what he has talked about the discovery in the previous paragraph. He has talked about a discovery in the first paragraph. He's talked about something about discovering. What do great managers discover and use? Tell me. What do great managers discover and utilize? Yes, very good. So the great managers actually discover the unique things. Okay, as written in the previous paragraph. What do great managers actually do? They discover what is unique about each person and then capitalize on it. And that is exactly what happens in chess. That is exactly what happens in chess. Okay. So average managers play checkers while great managers play chess. So did you get the power of pronouns? Tell me, did you get the power of pronouns? Did you understand how powerful the pronouns can be and how you can tactically use it to get the replay if you practice? Okay. So in checkers, all the pieces are uniform and move in the same way. They are interchangeable. You need to plan and coordinate their movements. You need to plan and coordinate their movements. Again, a pronoun. Whose movements? The pieces of checkers. What are we, I mean, why are we talking about checkers here? Is this article on some game? No, this article is on the qualities of a manager. And why has checkers come in here? Because the writer tells us that the average managers play checkers while great managers play chess. And here it is a metaphor that the author uses. Okay. And he goes on to explain the difference between what he thinks about checkers and chess. And he says that they are interchangeable. They are interchangeable. What are interchangeable? The pieces of checkers. But why are we talking about pieces of checkers? Because average managers play checkers. It doesn't mean that average manager goes to the office and starts playing checkers. It's used as a metaphor. Checkers and chess has been used as a metaphor. Do you get this point? Do you get this point? That it is not being written in the literal sense. It is being used as a metaphor. It is used as a metaphor. So don't think that an average manager goes to the office with a checkerboard and a great you just don't go to the shop and buy a chessboard and say I've become a great manager, because Marcus Buckingham says that great managers play chess. So I'm now a great manager. Huh? So let us become great managers. Let us go and buy a chessboard. At least smile, yeah. When I crack jokes, smile little bit. I have given you such a simple way to become great manager. And it's Marcus Buckingham tells you that go and buy a board of chess, go and buy chess, start playing chess, and you are a great manager. Huh? Yeah. Yes, Akshay, I'm getting your point. I'm getting your point. But let us bear it for today. It's on YouTube. Actually, it lags a little bit from So that is why sometimes I'm waiting for your response and then I'm moving on. Okay. So what does Marcus Buckingham tell us how to become a great manager? How to become a great manager? Okay. Or how I mean, or should we buy a become great manager? By playing chess. Now, this is what they will ask you in CAT. They will give you options like this. They will give you option. They will give you options like this. Okay. So let us move here. Okay. You need to plan and coordinate their movements, the checkers pieces movement, certainly, but they all move at the same pace on parallel paths. Okay. In chess, each type of piece moves in a different way. And you can't play if you don't know how each piece moves. Very significant line. Each and every line is actually a kind of, gem. Each and every line is a gem. Each and every information is a piece of gem. Keep it in your mind. These are things that someday you will use in your interview, in your SOP, you know, like I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. What I mean by this. Suppose you are writing your SOP. Listen to me very carefully how you can use this piece of information. Yeah, I think your if you keep interacting with me, we'll make it interesting. Obviously, I'm an offline kind of teacher. So okay, how you can use this in your SOPs and interviews later on. Let me give you an example. Very important point at this point of time now. Very, very important input now. Suppose you are a cricket player. Suppose you play cricket. Suppose you claim that you play cricket. Okay? Or you are the captain of the cricket team. Okay? Or you are a dancer. You are the choreographer of a dancer of dance troupe. Can you use this information in your SOP that you learned very early on in your life to capitalize on the uniqueness of each member of your team to arrive or to come up with the excellence in the result? I'll wait for this answer. I'll wait for this answer on YouTube. Tell me. I want answer from all of you, please, not just one or two persons. Do you realize if you are into, it is something like, I'm just giving you a hint that just people say that, sir, why do they ask you? Why do they ask you? Why do the cat people ask you about extracurricular activities? Why do they ask you about leading a team or something like that? Because they want you to, discover these qualities early in life before going there. So they don't have to, you know, give that quality to you. They just have to hone that quality, shine that quality. So just think about it. Even without you being aware, even without you being aware of this, if you are leading a cricket team, even a mohalla cricket team, isn't it natural for you to capitalize on the unique qualities of your teammates to produce an excellent result? And if you can claim that you realized very early, remember the film Lagan? I don't know whether your generation has watched that movie or not. Okay. So if you are leading now, so remember these paragraphs, save it somewhere, save it somewhere. If you are leading any team, if you are leading any team event, many of you write about, leading the college fest. Many of you write about leading a college fest. How do you make that college fest successful? By realizing that different members of the team have their unique capabilities and by assigning them the role according to their capabilities, just like a chess player. Got this point? I know, I mean, I'm stopping in the middle just for your responses. Okay, anyway, let us do this. So you need to plan and coordinate their movement, certainly, but they all move at the same pace on parallel paths. In chess, each type of piece moves in a different way. And you can't play if you don't know how each piece moves. More important, you won't win if you don't think carefully about how you move the pieces. Great managers know and value the unique abilities and even the eccentricities of their employees, and they learn how best to dash them into a dash plan of attack. What would be the answer? And they learn how best to dash them into a dash plan of attack. Purposeful plan of attack, does not fit in, and delegate them into does not fit in. So here the option is 4. Correct. Very good. How best to, very good. I'm very glad. I'm very happy. Thank you for being a part of it. So, great managers know and value the unique abilities and even the eccentricities of their employees, and they learn how best to integrate them. Yet, them, what does this them come for? What does this them come for? You have to answer me this. Keep track of pronouns. No, not employees. Yes, unique abilities and eccentricities. So integrate them into coordinated plan of attack. Yes, yes, yes. I think we'll continue this in the next class. We will continue this in the next class. Eccentricities means, yeah, I'll take the next class on, I'll try to take the next class on Zoom. Eccentricities, what is the meaning of eccentricities? Some uncommon and away from normal behavior. It may something that may not appear to be a normal behavior. It does not mean abnormal or bad. Take the example of the film. what was the Pokhran? What was the movie of that Pokhran? Parmanu. Ah, being crazy. I think Pokhran, that the film, the Bollywood film on Pokhran explosion, India's atomic explosion, that is a very good example of how he utilizes the eccentricities of people. Okay, chalo, let us say good night today. Oh, thank you. Chalo, bye bye. Take care.